With the amount of fresh Star Wars content in the new canon, and the introduction of loads of new characters, Star Wars theory crafting is at an all-time high, as everyone wants to be the one to predict what will happen. As you'd imagine, when I do my usual research and resource collecting for my videos, I come across some crazy theories in the deep dark places of the internet. So today I'm bringing you guys another top 5 video of the top 5 craziest Star Wars theories in existence. Please note that this video is just a bit of fun, and some of these theories are pretty stupid, so it would be cool if you didn't get all annoyed when I cover some real batshit crazy theories. Just a heads up. It's fair to say that Han Solo has achieved some fairly incredible things in the Star Wars saga, especially when you remember that he's no more than a human smuggler who has no real unique and distinct abilities, such as the Force. Believe it or not, there are some people out there who believe that Han Solo has been Force sensitive throughout the whole Star Wars saga, despite never being able to wield the Force in a way that a Jedi would. For starters, in The Empire Strikes Back, C-3PO says the odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field are almost impossible. Despite this, Han is able to do it. Not only this, but Han is able to defeat and seemingly kill Boba Fett whilst blinded from his time in Carbonite. Some would say that this is too much of a coincidence and could not be achieved by someone without a connection to the Force. Further evidence includes his very impressive blaster skills, some of the best piloting in the galaxy, and the ability to use Luke's lightsaber, even if it only is to cut open a tauntaun. I'm not going to act like this theory is completely impossible, because it is, but I don't think it's true. One of the most believable theories of this list is that Poe is actually a sleeper agent for the First Order. After Finn and Poe escape the First Order and crash land on Jakku, Poe Dameron is nowhere to be seen, leading the audience to believe he died. However, later on in the movie on Takodana, Poe returns and kicks some serious First Order butt in the process. It annoyed some fans of Star Wars The Force Awakens that Poe's escape from Jakku back to the Resistance wasn't featured in the film. But maybe this was for a good reason. Is it possible that Poe Dameron was once again captured by the First Order after crash landing on Jakku and taken back to the ship he just escaped from? With all the crazy stuff we've seen in the Star Wars universe so far, I'd say it's definitely a possibility that they could turn Poe into some sort of agent for the First Order. I don't see Poe as being someone willing to join the First Order shown through his interrogation scene with Kylo Ren, so I think the most likely option is that he is a sleeper agent for the First Order. What this would mean is that he's actually not an agent of the First Order until it is activated, so he thinks he's still a good guy, but actually suddenly he's not. But you might be there asking, why would the First Order try and do this? Is it really worth it? We saw in The Force Awakens that Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke are going to extreme lengths to make sure they find Luke Skywalker first. Poe Dameron is described as one of the Resistance finest agents, so he'd be up there in a hierarchy next to Princess Leia. If the Resistance managed to learn the location of Luke Skywalker like they did in the movie, the First Order may think, hey, let's put someone on the inside so if they do find him, we know where he is as well. It's also stated in the movie that the First Order learns the location of the Resistance base due to tracking their reconnaissance ship from the Starkiller base. What if their reconnaissance ship was not the one being tracked? What if all along, Poe Dameron was the one being tracked? I personally don't think this theory is true, and quite honestly, I don't want it to be true, as Poe Dameron was one of my favourite characters in Star Wars The Force Awakens. However, I have to admit it is possible that it could happen. Not only that, but I think it would be pretty epic to see in Episode 8. In Star Wars The Force Awakens, Rey's parents are absolutely nowhere to be seen. This has led many fans to believe that she's in fact a clone. If she was a clone, it's very possible that she was made instead of being conceived through a mother, hence the lack of parents. This could also potentially explain her very high midichlorian count and her ability to wield the Force without any training. What if the person she was cloned from was someone extremely powerful in the Force? This could potentially tie into another theory I did that Rey could be the new chosen one of the sequel trilogy. However, some people have raised the concern of this theory as Rey in Star Wars The Force Awakens makes it very clear that she believes she does have parents. It's very possible she even remembers them and what they look like from when they left her in Jakku. However, there's ways that they could get around this. What if these guys weren't actually Rey's parents? What if they were her adopted parents or people who just took her in from a young age? Once again, I don't believe this theory to be true, however, it is a possibility. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is set to be released in December this year. Its main character being Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones. Many people have highlighted similarities between both Daisy Ridley and Felicity Jones and the characters of Rey and Jyn Erso, leading many people to believe they're related, if not Jyn Erso being Reys' mother. But I wouldn't like it, as it would show how small the universe is, and all these characters are connected in some way. I think Jyn Erso being a completely separate character, not only from Rey but from other Star Wars characters from the past, is the best way for that character to go forward. It's someone completely new and it's a completely new story, and honestly that's what I want to see in Rogue One. Just to reiterate, I do not in any way think this theory is true, I just thought I'd make you guys aware, as this is actually a theory I saw quite a lot on the internet. The final theory is the one that all of you I imagine will be most familiar with, that Jar Jar Binks is actually secretly a Sith Lord. Yes, many people believe that Jar Jar Binks was originally intended to be a Sith Lord, and then after the backlash that the character got in The Phantom Menace, George Lucas changed his mind for the rest of the prequel trilogy. And to be honest, having read the whole theory myself, it's a very compelling argument, and I do believe that originally Jar Jar Binks was intended to be a Sith Lord. However, I'm still very undecided as to whether this should have been kept in. Would it have made Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith better, or would it have made them worse? There's a number of reasons why the Sith Lord Jar Jar theory is so compelling. Not only his 20-odd foot jumping into the lake in A Phantom Menace, his Sithy yellow eyes, his evasiveness of the droids in the Battle of Naboo, Palpatine keeping Jar Jar around despite him being a terrible politician, it all adds up. It does seem ridiculously coincidental that throughout the whole of the Phantom Menace and the Battle of Naboo between the Gungans and the droids, he avoids dying, putting himself in harm's way many times. What if his clumsiness and silliness was all a ruse to get in close in the Republic and close to Palpatine? We know the Sith love the infiltration, because it's exactly what Palpatine did. It's very possible that this idea was originally on George Lucas's mind. But out of all the theories, I think this is the most controversial one, as many people absolutely hated Jar Jar. But let me know what you guys think about this theory. First of all, whether you think it's true, and second of all, whether you would have liked to see Jar Jar become a Sith Lord in the prequel trilogy. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments, because I'm genuinely intrigued as to what you guys believe. So yeah, those are the top 5 craziest Star Wars theories I could find on the internet. There are some other theories that are even more crazy than the ones I've mentioned, however they're so stupid and crazy that I thought it wasn't even worth considering them in the video. For example, one of them is that Rey's dad is Dexter Jettster from Attack of the Clones, and to be honest, there's like 27 reasons as to this could be the case. It's theories like this that I thought it's best not to include in case you got royally pissed off with me, so I thought I'd leave those out and use ones that are actually possible. If you have enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like it, then be sure to smash that like button and that subscribe button as well. I hope you all have a very, very nice day, and may the Force be with you. Always.